Long ago, in the kingdom of Erindor, there was a prophecy carved into the stars. It spoke of a moonstone that held the power to bind fate itself. The moonstone was hidden away, for its power was too great for mortals. Generations passed, and the prophecy became a tale told by firelight. But prophecies never truly fade. In a small fishing village by the Silver Sea lived a girl named Ilara. She was quiet, with eyes that shimmered like moonlight. The villagers often whispered that she was strange, for when the moon rose, her skin glowed faintly. Ilara ignored their whispers and spent her days helping her father mend nets. Her closest friend was a boy named Corin. Corin was bold and restless, always dreaming of leaving the village. One day, he told Ilara, "I'll see the world beyond these waves." Ilara only smiled, though her heart longed for adventure too. One night, as the full moon rose, the sea churned unnaturally. A great wave struck the shore, leaving behind a glowing stone. Ilara approached it, trembling. It pulsed like a heartbeat. "The moonstone," she whispered. When her fingers touched it, visions flooded her mind. She saw fire sweeping across Erindor. She saw shadows rising from mountains. She saw herself standing at the heart of it all. Ilara screamed and dropped the stone. Corin ran to her side. "What happened?" "It showed me," Ilara's voice broke. "It showed me the end." That night, Ilara dreamed of a cloaked woman. Her face was hidden, but her voice was clear. "The prophecy awakens," the woman said. "The moonstone has chosen you." Ilara woke gasping, the stone glowing beside her bed. She knew then that her life had changed forever. By morning, word of the stone spread through the village. Men with greedy eyes came to see it. "Sell it," some urged. "Hide it," others warned. But Ilara knew neither was possible. For already, riders in black cloaks were approaching. They bore the sigil of the Shadow Throne, a power long thought gone. Fear gripped the village. Ilara's father urged her to flee. "Take Corin and run to the capital. The king must know." Tears filled Ilara's eyes, but she obeyed. She and Corin fled before dawn, the moonstone wrapped in cloth. Behind them, smoke rose as the riders descended on the village. Ilara did not look back. Days of travel turned to weeks. Forests closed in, whispering secrets. Wolves howled at night. Corin kept his dagger close, though his bravado was fading. "This is bigger than us," he muttered one night. Ilara held the stone. "I think it chose me, and I don't know why." In the darkness, the stone pulsed softly, as if answering. When they reached the capital, they found chaos. The king had fallen ill, and his court was divided. Whispers of war filled the streets. Ilara and Corin sought out the royal seer. She was a frail woman with cloudy eyes. The moment she saw Ilara, she gasped. "The prophecy lives." Corin frowned. "What prophecy?" The seer spoke with trembling lips. "When the moonstone awakens, so shall the Shadow Throne. Only the chosen may wield its light and save Erindor from eternal night." Ilara's heart pounded. "I'm not chosen. I'm just me." The seer touched her hand. "The stone does not err." Suddenly, the chamber shook. Cries rose from outside. The shadow riders had reached the capital. Ilara clutched the stone as Corin pulled her to safety. Fires lit the night sky. Shadows poured through the streets like living smoke. The riders were not human, empty eyes glowed from beneath their hoods. Corin fought fiercely, but they were overwhelmed. Just as they were cornered, a cloaked figure intervened. With a flash of silver light, the shadows dissolved. The figure lowered her hood. She was the woman from Ilara's dreams. Come with me, she commanded. Ilara hesitated but followed. The woman led them through secret tunnels beneath the city. Torches flickered on damp stone walls. At last, they reached a hidden chamber filled with runes. My name is Celine, the woman said. I am guardian of the Moonstone. Ilara clutched it tightly. Why me? Celine studied her with calm eyes. Because you are born under the blood moon. Only you can wield its full power. Corin scoffed. She's just a fisher girl. Celine's gaze pierced him. And yet, destiny does not ask who we wish to be. Ilara swallowed hard. What must I do? You must journey to the Temple of Starlight, Celine said. There, the Moonstone's true power will awaken. Only then can you face the Shadow Throne. The path was perilous. But Ilara agreed. Corin sighed. Well, I'm not letting you go alone. Celine handed Ilara a silver dagger. Keep this close. It will channel the stone's light. And so, their journey began anew. They crossed rivers that gleamed like glass. They climbed cliffs where stars felt within reach. At night, Ilara dreamed of shadows with burning crowns. Each time, Celine's voice guided her back. Remember, you are light. But doubt gnawed at her. One evening, Corin confronted her. What if we fail? Ilara looked at the Moonstone. Then Erindor falls. Their path soon led to the Whispering Marshes. Fog coiled around them like serpents. Voices lured them deeper. Ilara, the fog hissed. She saw visions of her parents, alive and smiling. Tears stung her eyes. Come with us, the vision begged. Ilara reached out. But Corin grabbed her arm. It's a trick! She gasped, pulling back. The visions dissolved into ash. From the fog rose a beast of shadow. Its body was smoke, its eyes burning coals. Celine stepped forward, chanting. Light poured from her hands, forcing it back. But it struck her down before retreating. Celine! Ilara cried, kneeling by her. The Guardian's breaths were shallow. You must continue, she whispered. Ilara wept, but nodded. With Celine's blessing, they pressed on. Days later, they reached the Temple of Starlight. Its towers pierced the heavens, glowing faintly. Stars seemed to bend closer above it. Inside, the air shimmered with ancient magic. At the altar, Ilara placed the Moonstone. The ground trembled. Light burst forth, wrapping around her. She screamed as visions filled her. She saw kings bowing, kingdoms burning, oceans boiling. But she also saw herself standing against it all. When the light faded, the Moonstone had fused with her heart. Her eyes glowed silver. It's inside me, she whispered. Corin stepped back in awe. Ilara, you're not the same. Before they could speak more, the temple shook. The Shadow Throne had arrived. A figure cloaked in darkness stepped inside. His crown burned with black fire. So, the Chosen One, he hissed. Ilara's hands trembled. But she raised the silver dagger. I won't let you destroy Erindor. Shadows poured from him like a storm. Corin fought beside her. But the foe was immense. Ilara drew on the stone's power. Light erupted from her, clashing with shadow. The chamber shook, walls cracking. The Shadow Throne laughed. You cannot hold me, child. Pain seared through her chest. She fell to her knees. Corin ran to her side. Get up, Ilara. You're stronger than this. His words pierced her despair. She remembered Celine's voice. You are light. Ilara rose, glowing brighter. I am the child of the moon, she declared. And I will end this. With a cry, she unleashed the full power of the stone. Light flooded the temple, blinding. The Shadow Throne screamed, his crown shattering. Darkness unraveled into smoke. When the light faded, only silence remained. The temple stood still, glowing with peace. Ilara collapsed into Corin's arms. "It's over," she whispered. He held her tightly. "You did it." Outside, the stars shone brighter than ever. Word spread across Erindor, the prophecy was fulfilled. The Shadow Throne was no more. The kingdom celebrated Ilara as the Moonstone bearer. Corin was hailed as her loyal shield. Yet Ilara remained humble. "I am just me," she told them. But she knew she would never be the same. Seasons passed, and peace returned. The Moonstone's glow within her heart was quiet, but steady. Sometimes she dreamed of Selene smiling. Other times she dreamed of shadows stirring. For darkness never truly dies. Corin often teased her. "When you're queen, don't forget me." Ilara laughed. "I'll never forget." Yet in her heart, she knew destiny was not done. For the stars whispered still. And one night, under a blood-red moon, the whispers grew louder. Ilara woke with fear in her chest. "It's starting again," she whispered. Corin stirred beside her. "What is?" She looked at the glowing horizon. "The prophecy never ends." He gripped her hand. "Then we'll face it together." She smiled, though her heart was heavy. "Together," she agreed. And so, the tale of the Moonstone continued. Songs were sung of Ilara the Moonlit, bearer of light. Songs of Corin the Shield, her unwavering friend. The kingdom flourished, but always watched the skies. For when the moon burned red, they remembered. Light and shadow are bound forever. And Ilara carried both within her heart. She walked often by the sea, staring at the waves. She remembered the night the stone came to her. She remembered the fire, the fear, the destiny. And she vowed she would never fail her people. "If darkness rises," she whispered to the sea, "I will rise higher." The waves whispered back. Years passed, but the prophecy lived on. The moon shone brighter in Erindor than anywhere else. Some said it was Ilara's bond. Others said it was the stone's blessing. Children grew up playing an Ilara and the Shadow Throne. They carried wooden daggers and shouted, "I am light." And in those moments, hope filled the land. Ilara sometimes listened, smiling softly. For she knew the story was more than legend. It was a promise. That light would always return. That courage would never fade. That destiny could be borne by even the smallest soul. And though the stars whispered of storms yet to come, Ilara was ready. For she was the Moonstone bearer. And Corin, her eternal shield. Together, they would face whatever shadows awaited. For their story was not an ending, but an eternal dawn. And thus, the Moonstone prophecy lived on forever.